What's going on, fam? Welcome to your daily astrology forecast for Wednesday, August 11th, 2021. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you all so much. Hope you're ready for the day. Lots going on. We're going to have two ingresses today, the moon and Mercury. So it's kind of that there's some edgy feel, there's some shifts going on today. We live in a shifting reality. Are you ready to shift into the world you want? Or are you going to stay in the one you don't? Hope you guys are all doing well. So we're going to see that sun at 19 degrees. This is definitely an emotional sort of what do I want? What do I need? What? Like, how do I put myself out there for the heart's needs and wants? And I think it's that desire to do what feels really right for you. We are going to see the moon finish up in Virgo. It's going to quincunx over to Jupiter. And it's also going to, start off with Venus and trine Pluto early in the morning. But I would say that the quincunx to Jupiter is kind of the biggest one as we're seeing Mercury move off the opposition to Jupiter. There's a lot of big feelings that are weird right now about what's the pure reality, what's the heart want. There's like questions, there can be contemplation, there can be these desires that are being forced out. And we're coming off Mars square the nodes, of course. That's a big deal. Those are fated action-oriented decisions. And Mars is also quincunx Saturn for the next couple days. So this is a really important time to be able to make those big decisions in your life for the real physical world that you want to connect to. I mean, and even more than that, like the real thing that you want to dedicate to, that your heart's into, that you emotionally feel like you're into, and it's weird energy with a quincunx. So there's this weird need to kind of like assert personal authority based on how you're feeling. And you're going to have to deal with these oppositions of like Mercury and Jupiter a little bit today, dealing with other people in our lives. Venus is trine Pluto today. So we're definitely at this like big pinnacle point of really like exploring a lot of the bigger options that we can have to have the things that make us feel the best in life, whether that's people, whether that's the structure of life that you're going to choose to live right now, whether you're making that choice to jump a bridge into the unknown. So there's this almost this like really fated pull of weirdness that's trying to transform our lives right now. And we're going to see that moon come into Libra a little bit just past noon, right around noon on the West Coast. And we're going to see Mercury move into Virgo, I think right about like I think it's 2:53. So, right about 3 o'clock on the West Coast. It's just before that, I believe. And judging by the degree, 29:44, that seems about right with Mercury going 151. So yeah, there's a shift today. There's a shift of really finding that beauty in life, finding the things that are aesthetically pleasing for the reality that you want to live. Yeah, things can be super practical right now, but as Venus starts to come really like separate off of the opposition to Neptune, like the fog is really starting to dissipate. There's like a clear feeling of what we want, and we got to dedicate to those things. So it's almost like this fated big pull right now to really jump into the life that you want. And it can be scary. It can feel like, gosh, am I really going to make it if I do that? Is that, it could almost be questioning the heart so much that we're emotional about our heart's desires to where we're like, wow, if I do this, am I really going to be able to pick myself up from a big decision that I know needs to be made, whether it's dealing with people in our lives or just our own personal wants and wishes for what we want to start creating and building. And we've had to make these big decisions. And I think we're at this moment in time where it's like, yeah, there's a whole world that can transform for the beauty and for the harmony in life. But Mercury coming into Virgo is a big deal. So yeah, I mean, we could have been thinking a lot about what we want for ourselves and what we want to create. But Mercury coming into Virgo is extremely analytical and quick and practical, and it's going to piece things together, and it's going to pick things apart. So mentally, we're going to be able to really get in there and dissect and pick apart the things in life that are not part of the bigger vision that we want to connect to. And I think that's going to help us make decisions to act on from a grounded place of what your ultimate desires are. And I think it's about building the structure in the system of the program that you really want to start living for yourself. So it's a lot of it's destructuring a program and rebooting and rewriting the system for what's going to bring us individually the balance and harmony that we ultimately desire. So, big energy, we're not going to see the moon make too many aspects from its entrance into Libra. It's not going to get to the nodes, it's not going to get to a trine to Saturn. It's pretty void. So don't feel like things are missing right now. If you have to slow down and really think about it, it's ironic in a way that the moon's going to go void when Mercury comes into Virgo. So we kind of have to like set some of our emotions to the side on an emotional day with the sun at 19 Leo and think about how you want to act and think about the things that you can change and the little things that make the most sense and kind of like really get in there and pick apart the reality that you want to make more beautiful, that you want to transform, that's going to make more sense for the future of the program that you're creating for yourself. And I do hope you have the best Wednesday ever. It is Mercury Day, Wednesday, and we get a Mercury ingress into its home sign. And I don't have it on this chart, but Mercury is going to be a very high dignity score. I think it's going to be above the Sun and Saturn in dignity at like a +9. So it is pretty critical to use your mind right now and to be, I mean, I say practical a lot with Virgo, but Virgo is very practical, but it's deep too. You know, Virgo naturally has Scorpio as a third house. So Virgos are penetrating, deep thinkers. And when Mercury's there, we're going to get into all those nooks and crannies as we do purify and as we do make the necessary transitions, as I think we're all starting to feel that there's a shift taking place and there's this action that we're all starting to find and this courage that we're all starting to find within ourselves to understand and make that decision. And it doesn't have to look any way. It has to be right with you in your heart. And that's the best advice I could give anybody right now, is those feelings in your heart that you know will make you happy long term are the truest of all truths right now. And you want to follow that light. Death card. Yeah. I mean, I pretty much channeled that card already, but, you know, I could say it again. There's big transformations that we're making in life right now. And it's not that it's just about death and destruction. Sure, that's a part of it. But there's also a beautiful new story and a beautiful new reality that's waiting for you on the other side. There's always light and beauty in the death card. And you can see the light in the background there. And there's so much light if you're ready to go into the unknown space. Because this program that I think a lot of us individuals are writing right now is not one that's ever been written before. And you don't want to be scared of that. It's a time to ride into that light and to let things fall to the wayside if they're not of your light. And I think that the more you grab on and gravitate towards your light and let go of old programs, the more beauty you're going to see instantly, especially as Venus is trining Pluto today in Earth signs. There is physical magic out there waiting to come to you, but it's not going to come through the old program any longer. Love you all so much. Hope you have a beautiful Wednesday, and I'll catch you for tomorrow's horoscope. Mañana. Peace.